Hey movers and shakers, welcome to another great business video for you. Today we're talking about recession proofing your company. No matter what company you're in, we're going to be talking about recession proofing your company. And if you're a moving company, you're in some good information, because this is really, there's one piece of advice that's really directed to you guys. So let's get into the video right after this. I like you. I love you. Go and do something great today. Hey guys, just got done doing a video, and as you can see, I'm in my studio, and I really wanted to talk to you about you joining the 7-Figure Moving Academy membership group. Now, this membership group is small, and has its own unique place that is set up where we can discuss business, and we can have a great time, just you and me and some of your fellow members here. Now, this is a paid group. I do have a free Facebook group, which you're more than welcome to go and check. There is a description, a link in the description of almost every single video I do on YouTube, and you're more than welcome to join that and get some good information. But if you want the stuff that I don't talk about on that Facebook group, and if you want the good stuff that's going to actually set you up to the next level, then you want to join the 7-Figure Moving Academy membership group. It is only $49 a month, but it's going to give you a lot of great information. And I'm going to you're going to have access to documents and sales patterns and information, as well as different free courses just specifically for you members, your face, that is not available to the public at all. And there are some paid stuff that you will have to pay even if you're a member, but there's some really good stuff that I do not do. Plus, I do offer free you can get a hold of me free when you're on that Facebook Membership Academy membership group. You'll have free access to a DM, so you can DM me and email me and talk to me personally, as well as all sorts of great advice from a bunch of other members that are in the group. Plus, we are looking for subgroup people. So if you want to run a subgroup for your area, you have the access to do that. So you can actually create your own membership or your own subgroup to help you out to make more leads, more sales, etc. So it's a really good group. I really ask that you take a look at it. There is no free trial time, so you either in or you're out. And if you want to invest in yourself, then this is your chance to invest in yourself and actually make more money. Because quite honestly, if you're not willing to invest in yourself, willing to invest in your business, then you're really not a business owner. And I really suggest you just go to the free group until you're up to the point where you actually get the mindset, hey, let's actually take this to the next level. And that's the guys I'm really wanting into the membership group. So if that's you, come to the 7-Figure Moving Academy membership. You should be seeing a link down here at the bottom or somewhere around in this video, and I hope to see you in that group. Hey movers and shakers, welcome back. I wanted to really talk to you today about recession-proofing your company. You see, there's a lot of videos online that give you great advice. There's, people who've done podcasts about recession proofing your moving company and your company in general, and those are all great advices. But when I was reflecting on this video, I really wanted to go, what are some practical, doable, actionable steps that you could take to recession proof your business? And I'm not talking about fluffy, airy, dilettante theory ideas to implement in your business, but actual ideas that you can implement in your business. And so I came up with just a handful of things that you could do in your moving business to recession proof it and actually come out better through this recession than you were doing previously. So that when the economy starts to go back up again, and action starts taking off again, which it will. It's just a matter of time when that's going to happen. but it will eventually start moving back up. And when it moves up, I want you to be in a better position than when you entered the recession. I want you to be in a better position so you're making more money and you're thriving. So let's get into some of the ideas that I came up with. And again, if you got some ideas, I'm not the smartest man in the world. I'm pretty smart, but there are people much smarter than me. There are people much better than me. So if you're one of those people, please leave me a comment below. Let me know what I should have added or what I didn't have that I should have had that is vital, right? Give me some constructive criticism or, leave me some thoughts of what you would have liked to see or why things are happening. So, but let's get right into this though. Right. First of all, what you should know is that the moving business is already recession proof. See, what happens in a recession is people are not able to afford new houses, especially people in new housing situations, like they're the first time homeowners, because interest rates are so high that it makes it untenable to actually buy a new home. You can actually rent cheaper than buying homes. Like for right now, previously before the recession, it was actually cheaper to buy a home and have a mortgage than to actually rent. That's not necessarily the case now. So it's actually cheaper. And this is what usually happens. And then what happens when they go into a renting situation is the renting situation usually is only for 6 months, a year, maybe a year and a half. And in very extreme cases, 2-year leases when it comes to renting. So that means you've got every 6 months to every year, once at the end of every month, typically you've got this resurgence of people looking to but rent new homes, which means they're looking to move. So this gives you the opportunity to have a huge influx every single month. So it tends to be a recession-proof business in and of itself, no matter what, because people are always moving, right? So, and that's what you need to understand, that people are always moving during a recession because they're looking for the next best deal in the renting of a home or of an apartment, etc. So they might rent a place that they can get into, and then another one opens up within 6 months to a year that's a little bit more affordable or a little closer to the work or etc. So people are constantly moving. So moving business in of itself is a recession-proof business. So you got to understand that. So you're already in a great shape. It's far different than, say, something like, I don't know, golfing business. If you're in the golfing business, people are not going to spend on pleasure as much as they're going to spend on practicalities when in a recession. So that's one good thing about the moving business. So the next thing you need to know about recession proofing your business is you need to make more sales. Now, how do you make more sales? Well, there's a lot of videos on it, a lot of great books that you should be reading. But here are just some of the ideas that I came up with. Because when I started my moving business originally was back in 2008 at the height of the Great Recession. So this is some of the actions that I took. Make more sales, right? And then to do that, you need to hire a sales team. Whether that's internally or externally, you need to hire a sales team. You need somebody who will go out there and actively push more sales for your business. So you need to, get onto that hiring phase and bring in a sales manager, bring in some sales team, or use an external service like OnQ. And you can go to OnQ at sevenfiguremovingacademy.com/OnQ. They have a sales team that will already incorporate, plus a CRM that will help you make more sales. So you can hire that team externally and still make a good profit. But you definitely need to bring in a sales team, because at this time you need to really start promoting your business much more. Even in the summertime, promote, and that in itself can get you through most of the recession, right? Improve your sales pattern and message. So you got to sit down and you're going to have to go through your sales pattern and improve it. What could you add to your sales pattern? What can you take away from your sales pattern? How could you minimize what you're saying, but still keep the same impact? What stories could you add to your sales pattern and your message? And just start tweaking it, start doing A/B tests. Give one test of this message to a test of this message, see which closes more and more often, right? And go from that point of view. So if you have an improvement of your sales message, so much the better. So you improve your sales message. Now, here's something that could be a little controversial, and it's not necessary for everybody, but if you're in the position to be able to do so, offer more services. Offering more services would be like, if you're not doing storage, offering storage. If you're not doing packing, offering packing, and so on and so forth. Using and offering more services will help you make more sales, right? Because then you can cater more to person's more personal needs and particular needs, and that will help you make more sales. Now, the next thing you need to do is you need to increase rates. Let's face it, when you have high inflation and the interest rates are going to actually curb the amount of spending that's going on, cooling the demand basically is what the inflation doesn't do anything, but what happens is the federal government raises interest rates to curb the demand of everything, to slow the economy down so the inflation just doesn't take off, right? So it wants to bring up control supply and demand so that it brings the inflation more down to what's actually current. And that's why they're increasing interest rates. As the economy slows, then they'll lower the interest rates so that the economy continues. And that's the general idea. So what you need to do is you need to increase your rates so that, you need to make more sales, but at the same time, you need to increase your rates. And what that will help you do is it'll help you really monitor that inflation demand fluctuation that's going on during a recession. And if you could do that, and you can do that really well, then you're going to be in great things. You're going to be in great position when the recession ends. So by doing that, increasing your rates, and I'm not saying to wildly increase your rates. Maybe you might want to increase your rates by 2, 3, 5, 10%. So if you're, at $160, maybe you're going to go to $165. Because another thing that is happening with the recession is because inflation is going high, a lot of many people are going to be looking for higher paying positions, right? So that means they're not going to take these low paying positions. So you got to increase your rate of pay for employees. So to do that, you need to actually figure that out with the inflation rate. So you need to increase your rates to monitor that, plus fuel and food and a lot of different things. Fuel is a huge for the economy. Everything runs around fuel. So when you see fuel prices going up, then what's going to happen is a lot of different things are going to be affected by that, because our products that are usually made using fuel like coal and gas and diesel and stuff like that. It's transported by machines that use gas and diesel, etc. So fuel, by paying attention to the fuel prices, you can then decide how much you need to increase your rates. So you want to pass on that extra expense to your customers. Again, it's a bit of an art here, and you're going to have to play with it. Maybe you raise it too high and your sales drop off. Well, bring it back down. But you're going to have to play a little bit of catch up and backfill here with making more sales and then raising your rates. Okay. Next thing that you should be working on is improving efficiencies within your business. In other words, you need to improve how well things are done. So if, there was some lackadaisical discipline, people are taking a little bit too long to load and unload and do the jobs, or there's just a lot of wastage of time wastage or product wastage or supply wastage, it's time to increase the efficiency and productivity of your business. And some of the things you need to do is you need to create systems and processes to do that. So if you're really lacking on systems and processes, now is the time to get in those systems and processes. And as the time goes on, where there's a bug in the system and processes, that's where you need to create a system and process to fix it, or you need to change your system and process to make it more efficient. And this is really the sole singular job of a CEO is implementing systems and processes. So if you want to really be a business owner, your job as the CEO is systems and processes and debugging those systems and processes, right? That increases all the other KPI stats that you might have. So getting systems and processes, and again, I mentioned it earlier, debugging those system and processes where there's stoppage or there's problems or a lot of mistakes are happening. That just indicates those problems and stoppages indicate where your processes are failing. And then what you need to do is you need to create systems and processes that will fix that, and thus increasing efficiency and productivity. And finally, what you want to do is you want to hire better people that can duplicate your message, who can implement your message, that follow your message, right? Because one of the first things I said is you got to make more sales, and part of that was making sure and improving your sales pattern and message. And part of your message is your productivity. How do you come across across to everybody else? So hire better people. So now's the time to get rid of those lazy people or those people that are just mediocre. You really want to look at the higher quality individuals. Therefore, that will also increase the pay rates and pay scales of those people, because the best people are going to want to get paid better, which is what should happen. As a good business, you want to get paid better than the lower tier companies, right? Same thing with personnel. Personnel operate in the same kind of capacities, right? So you really want to start looking for those high quality people, and that might require hiring a good HR staff or external company that can really hire the good people that you're looking for. But you want to hire better people. Now, finally, what you really need to do, after all of this, to recession-proof your business is invest. And you want to invest in several different areas. One, real estate. Start buying up real estate. You eventually you're going to want to expand. You're going to want a big warehouse. You might want, multiple locations. Plus you might want, a good thing, when you get to a big enough, this might be something you look into. I don't know anybody that's doing it, but maybe you'll offer housing for your employees. You offer your employees a nice place to rent. So if they've got a family, so they have nice places, right? So invest in some real estate. You want to get into stocks, crypto, and of course, your company, as well as other different companies. Another great way to recession-proof yourself is having multiple streams of income, right? You want to be investing in these various other activities that could be aligned or not even aligned. Like investing in real estate, not necessarily aligned, but you could use your moving company for that. Investing in stocks in other companies that have dividends, that could be another way to increase a different stream of income. But by having multiple streams of income is going to really help offset, one, your taxes, your liabilities, and so on and so forth if you set it up. Now, I have a great video which you can go see talking about setting up your corporate structure, which could help you investing in other companies. But finally, the last thing you need to invest in is yourself. So many of you don't even read a book. You go and you think you know it all, and you don't, right? You think you have a diamond when really you have a piece of coal. You guys, you need to get a real assessment of who and what you are. And I could give you all the videos with some of the great ideas, some great practical advices to go do. But if you're not supplementing that with other podcasts and books and videos, you're losing out on the greater picture of what I'm really trying to convey to you. Because this video and my channel is more it's not so much about moving business, it's about being in business and being what Robert Kiyosaki talks about being business, right? There are 4 quadrants. There's being employed, there's being self-employed, there's having a business, and then being an investor. And what I'm trying to do is get you out of the self-employed quadrant into the business quadrant so that you can be hands-off. That's really where I want to get you, because I want you to live the good life. And then eventually we can get you into the investor quadrant where you don't have to be around. You could hire somebody to do it all, and you could apply what Tim Ferriss calls the 4-hour work week, where you just monitor and go and do a little bit for 4 hours, and then you're on your boat, you're at your cabin in the woods, you're wherever you're playing with your kids, whatever you're doing. That's the good life that I want for you. And one way we could do that is by recession-proofing our business and investing in ourselves and other things. All right, guys, hopefully this was some good practical advice for you in your business, whatever business you is. Even if you're not in the moving business, this is good advice to every business. All right, guys, thank you. I like you. I love you. I hope you got something out of this video. If you did, please leave me a comment below. Let me know what you got or did not get out of this video. Let me know if there's anything you'd like to see added or taken away, or maybe I'm talking out of my ass on something. I'd like to know that too. Leave me a like. Subscribe to the video if you're not yet subscribed, and hit that bell icon so you can, get notified when I upload a new video. All right, guys, I like you. I love you. Go do something great today.